Hello, everyone. Welcome to Higher Self Realities. I am Reverend Bilson. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 11 reasons you should love yourself. We all love to be loved, and we all like the idea of love. But more often than not, we focus on loving other people and getting or expecting other people to love us. What often disappears from our consciousness is the need to direct some of the love to ourselves, to learn to really love ourselves properly, because it is the foundation of all things. Love is the driving force of all life and of all things. And so, without wasting much time, let's head into the 11 reasons why you should love yourself. Now, the first reason is that you know yourself better than anyone else. Yes, no one knows you better than you do. No one knows you and knows your heart, knows your needs better than you do. And so, it is a crucial reason why you should love yourself, because of all the billions of people in the world, you are the one who really knows you, and therefore that puts you in the best position to love yourself. The next point is that no one can love you better. I know not everyone is comfortable with this point, and yet it is the truth. No one can love you more than you will ever love yourself. Even your best friend, your best buddy, even your wife, yes, even your husband, your children, the most loyal person in your life cannot love you more than you can love yourself. And that is why, again, you should love yourself, because you are the one who can love yourself better than anyone else. The next point is, once you learn to love yourself, it gives you the strength to be able to love others better. As I said at the beginning, we often focus on loving other people, loving our relatives, our friends. We tend to love everybody but ourselves. But it is impossible to love other people properly unless you first learn to love yourself properly. Love is beautiful, and it must start with you. And so when you love yourself, you will be able to love other people better. To neglect yourself and to love other people is not a sign of love. There is a big imbalance there. And so you will be able to love others better only when you have learned to love yourself properly. Let's head to the next point. You will be healthier emotionally, spiritually, and perhaps even physically. Love, as I have said, is the driving force of all things. Love is the source of healing. Love is the source of wholeness. And the best treatment you can give to yourself in life is to love yourself. Love is the antidote to all things, and you have it in abundance. No matter your circumstances in life, I want you to know that you have love in abundance, and so you will be healthier. You will experience a much higher quality of life if you learn to love yourself. So this is a good reason why you should love yourself. You will be healthier if you do so. Let's head to the next point, which is love will nourish your soul. Love is nutritious. Love is everything. Without love, there is no life. Without love, there is no nature. There is no universe. And so, it is a good reason why you should love yourself, because love brings nourishment to your soul. Sometimes we go about life and we forget to take care of ourselves. We are busy loving everybody. We are busy loving our church, our religion. We are busy loving the nation, which is all good. There is nothing wrong with that. But if we do all of this at the expense of loving ourselves, then we are not really expressing love. Love brings nourishment to our soul. It is dangerous and risky to go through life neglecting the needs of your soul. And the most important need of your soul is to connect with love. So loving yourself will nourish you at a very deep level. You need to experience this to fully understand what I'm sharing with you, and I know you will if you haven't done so already. Now, the next point is love or loving yourself will keep you from envying others. Yes, love will satisfy you. When you learn to love yourself truly, honestly, and sincerely and properly, you will feel satisfied. Love is the bread of life. Love will nourish you and it will keep you satisfied. You will feel fulfilled in your inner being, and that will make it pointless to envy other people. The root cause of envy is a lack of love. When we don't love ourselves properly, we think other people are better than us. But when you learn to tap into the power of love, you realize that nothing beats love. Once you love yourself, you will feel grounded and you wouldn't feel insecure. You wouldn't feel the need to envy people. Love will keep your mind at peace. It will keep your heart at peace. You will feel complete with love, because outside of love, what else exists? Love is the fullest expression of satisfaction. And so if you want to be truly satisfied in life, learn to love yourself. It will keep you from envying others. Once you start envying other people, it puts you at a disadvantage. And in a separate video, I'm going to talk about envy and the damage it can do to us. Let's move to the next point. Loving yourself will boost your inner peace and your joy. Yes, a lot of people struggle to have peace. Peace will not come from popping more pills. Peace will not come from simply having a lot of material things. Joy will not come from any of those things. Love is the true source of peace and joy. When you learn to love yourself, even half, if you give to yourself half of the love you give to other people, it will greatly enhance and boost your inner peace and your joy. Without peace, life will feel pointless and meaningless. Without joy, life will feel stale and without meaning. But the antidote does exist. It is love of self. Love of self here, I should clarify, it's not about the ego. It's not about selfishness. No, that's why I keep using the word loving yourself properly. Tapping into the universal power of love that is within you. Rivers of living water flow within you. And that is your source of inner peace and joy. Learn to love yourself. You should love yourself. If there is a commandment you need to obey for your own sake, not for the sake of a certain religion or for a God in the sky, but for your own sake, it is the commandment to love yourself. Let's look at the next point. And that is, love will give you the strength to live. Yes, loving yourself will give you the strength to live. Love is the source of all strength. When you learn to love yourself, you will find strength even in the midst of adversity. You will find strength to live, because the adversities of life can easily overwhelm us. The stress of life can easily overwhelm us. But when we are connected to the power of love within us, it can give us the power and the strength to really enjoy life and embrace life regardless of our circumstances and regardless of the difficulties we face. This is another reason you should learn to love yourself. The next point is love or loving yourself will make you less emotionally dependent. Yes, in life, depending on other people is almost unavoidable. You can't completely isolate yourself, and we are not in this world to isolate ourselves. We are interconnected, and sometimes we need each other. There is a time and place for that. However, sometimes we can go out of balance and we can become too emotionally dependent on other people to meet our emotional needs. When you love yourself properly, you will begin to realize that you need other people less. Not that you don't want to interact with people, but you become less emotionally dependent because the love you have for yourself satisfies you at a deep level, deeper than anyone can ever supply to you. As I have said earlier, you know yourselves better than anyone else, and therefore you hold the key to loving yourself. It is your duty and responsibility to love yourself. It is not another person's responsibility to make you feel good about your life. Learning to love yourself will make you less emotionally dependent, which will protect you from toxic relationships, because sometimes people manipulate us and exploit us when they realize that we are emotionally vulnerable and we depend on them for emotional support. When people realize that, sometimes they can take advantage of us. And so, loving yourself will actually become a form of defense, emotional defense for you, because emotionally you will feel stable, you will feel more complete. Now, the other point here is that loving yourself will boost your self-confidence. Love is the ultimate key that unlocks our self-image, proper self-image and proper self-confidence. When you don't love yourself properly, you don't feel complete, you feel insecure. But love is what supplies your security. Love is what gives you a sense of worthiness. You feel a sense of worth. It gives you self-worth. And that comes from within. It comes from within you. It doesn't come from other people. And so loving yourself is so important. It will boost your self-confidence. And with that, it will boost your self-image. And let's look at the final point. And let me clarify here and mention that this final point is inspired by a certain sermon. I've forgotten the exact time, but this is a few years ago, about 5 years ago. I listened to a sermon by Joel Osteen, the famous televangelist in the USA. And he was talking about the fact that you need to learn to like yourself, because you are the one person you can't avoid. So this last point I'm sharing with you was inspired by that sermon I heard from him. It really resonated with me, and therefore I have developed this point to share with you, that it is another reason you should love yourself, which is you can't avoid you. And that is the truth. If you dislike other people, you can avoid them. You can block their emails. You can block their phone numbers from your phone or from your device. You can relocate just to avoid them. However, there is one person in this world you can't avoid, and that is you. And it is another important reason why you should love yourself. If you truly love yourself, you wouldn't want to run away from who you are. You wouldn't be afraid of who you are, and you will feel comfortable in your own company. This is a powerful and very profound point, and I hope that it will make sense to your spirit sooner or later. Well, thank you for tuning in. This will bring us to the end of the 11 reasons why you should love yourself. I hope this message will prove useful in your own life and will bring lots of benefits to your well-being, to your spirituality, and to your emotions and your overall health. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, this is Reverend Bilson saying bye for now. See you soon.